Hi, I'm Bunny Cakes and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a ginormous book haul because I have been back to the library and I have nearly my limit of books from the library at the moment. So the first two books I have are two books that Peter Mon has talked a lot about on his channels, and I was really interested in them. The first one is Endless Night by Richard Lehman. I've actually already started reading this book. I'm about 50 pages in. Um, Peter kept saying how scary this book was, and as you know from my channel, I really love horror, and any chance that a book will scare me will make me jump for it. Um, and so far, the little bit that I've read of this book is really good, and it sounds really good. It's about a 16-year-old girl who stays over at her friend's house, and she wakes up to find that there are murderers in the house, and then her and her friend's brother survive, and one of the killers is um, trying to eliminate the witnesses that are left over from the murder, and so he's chasing Jody and her friend's brother. Um, the next one is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Um, this is a book that takes place in 2044, and there's a boy or a man, I'm not sure how old he is, um, who exists in this world where everybody pretty much lives their life in this video game, and they are trying to uncover a mystery in the video game. And as the main character, his name is Wade, as he starts to uncover the secret, people start trying to kill him to get to the secret before he does. So it sounds really, really interesting, and I can't wait to get started on this one. Now for the part of my book haul that gets really Stephen King heavy. My next book is It by Stephen King. This is a really huge book, and it is almost 1,100 pages. Um, and I'm sure, especially with the new movie coming out, that most people know the basic story of It. It's about a really scary evil clown, and he is going through this neighborhood stealing children and causing all sorts of mayhem. You will recall that Tim Curry was in the first film adaptation of this movie, or of this book rather, and in my opinion, it was excellent. Tim Curry did an amazing job, but they are also remaking it soon, and so I wanted to actually read the book before the movie came out because I haven't actually read it before, which, as a horror fan, and especially a Stephen King fan, is kind of terrible, but I'm correcting my mistakes. My next Stephen King book, I can't remember if I put this in a book haul before. It seems like I might have, but I can't remember. It's The Wastelands by Stephen King. It's the third book in the Dark Tower series. As I have mentioned before, I am trying to get as deep into the Dark Tower series as I possibly can before the movie comes out, because I don't know how deep into the story the movie is going to go, and I want to be able to have as much of a grasp on that as possible. So yeah, this follows the gunslinger and his companions that he's picked up farther into the story, and so far I have loved the first two books in this series, and I'm hoping that this stands up to those two. I'm sure it will, because everybody I know who's read them says that basically this series is like potato chips. You can't have just one. My next Stephen King book is Stephen King's Mr. Mercedes. This book is oh, I love the hollow umbrella. This book follows a cop who is chasing a serial killer who kills people with his Mercedes. It's supposed to be a bit off from what Stephen King normally does, which tends to be, supernatural, paranormal, horror kind of stuff. And it leans more into like a strictly thriller sense. But I've heard good things about this book. I've heard so many good things about this book that I actually got the sequel, Finders Keepers, which continues the chase for the serial killer of Mr. Mercedes. Totally excited about both of those. That is the end of my Stephen King stack, but I do still have some more books. I picked up Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. She's the author of Divergent, a series which I actually haven't read. I saw part of the movie, and the movie didn't terribly interest me. I might pick up the books if I like this one. I've seen varying opinions of this book across BookTube, and because I'm not seeing any consistent opinions, I thought maybe it might be something I would like. So I'm going to try to read this soon. My next two books are also part of a series. I tend to, especially if I already like an author, I tend to grab large chunks of series if I possibly can. So the next book is Anne Rice's The Wolf Gift. I have read and enjoyed Vampire Chronicles and the Mayfair Witch books that Anne Rice wrote. So when I discovered that my library had these books, I got both of them. The second one is The Wolves of Midwinter. I'm hoping that I like these books as much as I like her other books, because I've yet to find a book of hers that I didn't at least like, if not love. Okay, my next three books are some arcs that I've gotten. The first one is City of Miracles by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is actually book 3 in the series, and it follows Sigurd Harkvoldson, and I probably mangled that. It's basically a revenge story. He takes up a mission of revenge after one of his friends is assassinated, and it's supposed to be a epic fantasy type book, I believe. And I remember when I asked for this arc, it sounded really good. I also like the odd texture this cover has. The next book I have is a little bit out of my normal wheelhouse, but I really like Barbra Streisand, so I got this arc. It's Barbra Streisand on the Couch by Dr. Alma Bond. It is supposed to go along with Barbra Streisand's biography or autobiography that's being released soon, and this is entirely fiction, but it is, and it's written by case notes from what I've seen here, from where I've paged through, but it covers her sessions with a fictional psychiatrist, and I think that it should be very fun. And my last book is actually a children's book, which I don't review often, but this looked really cute. It's called Bedtime for Buzzy by T.J. Hackworth and illustrated by Sean Baptist. It's a very short book. I just haven't had time to read and review it yet. But it's got really cute art, and I thought it would be an interesting review, especially because I have a few friends that are having babies in the near future, and they come to me for other book reviews, so I thought it might be a nice idea to dabble into some children's books so that I can maybe make some recommendations to them for things to look into as their babies start coming. This already has bonus points because it's my favorite color on the cover. But that's all the books I have for this review. A lot of them. But hopefully I will be able to read them before I have to take them back to the library. Well, the ones that have to go back to the library. That way the librarians don't scalp me. But I am looking forward to reading all of these, some of them just from my own personal interest, and some of them because BookTube has made me interested in these kinds of things and books. So that's all I have. So if you like my content, if you like my channel, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell and share my videos with your friends if you think they might like my reviews or my discussion videos or anything else on my channel that you might like. I will have some videos here that you can look into to get a bigger taste of my channel, and I will have a link here to subscribe to this channel and a link up here to check out my vlogging channel. So that being said, thank you and keep reading.